thoughts.
Oh,
That's
T-Tone here.
T-Tone made it. T-Tone made it.
Hello, T-Tone. What's up? How you doing?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing, miss? Is
I'm
it
good.
T-Tone? How you say it?
You can Tony.
Oh, Tony. Okay,
I
Tony.
just spelled Tony different.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I should slap myself because you made the small T. I got it.
Yeah,
All
there
right,
you go.
Tony. So what was the? Oh, you was the one that I hope I'm not confused. Were you the one that was going to define guilty by association, or was that somebody else?
Yes.
That no, I am the one guilty by said that guilty by association. I said if everybody else is guilty by association, why not Trump? What I'm saying is this. I've done a reason why I've chosen to do research on the politicians is because I'm a daughter of Black Panther leaders. So
Mhm.
I was raised around politics. I chose
Mhm.
not to be political because they sex traffic children. I'm one of their sex trafficking victims. So I researched the Epstein case extensively, because I feel like they didn't talk about Black children that are being trafficked by Epstein. I know this again. I was groomed to be a leader. I chose not to be a leader because I know firsthand that they sex trafficking children because I was one of their victims, and so was my siblings and friends, celebrities, Skull and Bones, Yale, DCF, all of them. So I researched what Epstein and Trump case. And so I came across a lawsuit that Trump was trafficking. Trump and Epstein raped a 13-year-old. I don't think
Mhm.
that it should be ignored. It should be investigated. It should be both of them should be investigated, the victim and Trump. But why is it not happening, and why are they not talking about it?
You said there's a court case about it.
There's a lawsuit that I read about
Okay.
that was filed against Trump about a young lady who said that she was raped by Trump and Epstein when she was
Okay.
13.
And what happened
Um.
to the case?
There was Trump people threatened her and she dropped it. But I still feel like it should have attention. I feel like America should know that there is a case against Trump raping a 13-year-old. What I'm saying is it
Mhm.
needs to be investigated. I'm not supporting none of these politicians because, again, I'm a daughter of Black Panther leaders, and I
Mhm.
see from the beginning what they do. My real father, military man, sex trafficking children, started in North Carolina, and I ended up here in Connecticut. That's why I know that Skull and Bone is KKK. I know Bush is involved in that. I know Obama is
Mhm.
involved in that. I don't support none of these politicians
Right.
because I know what they do. So that's why I'm a big believer in why would I vote for a rigged system? It's already designed who's going to be the next president. It's already there for us, but we have
So
to pay
so
attention.
so let's go back to Trump.
Yes,
You
go
said that
back.
he was it was a lawsuit against him for raping how what was the girl?
She was 13 at the time.
A 13-year-old girl,
Mhm.
and the case got dropped because she refused to testify, or what happened there?
She was threatened. Her life was threatened, and her family was threatened, which happens to a lot of us.
And so they dropped the case. No, hold on. I'm trying.
Because
So they dropped the case. And how do you know that? How do you know that happened?
that's what I read when I did my research.
I know, but who wrote it down?
What you mean? Who wrote it down?
Who wrote down what you read?
Oh well, I the lawsuit when I was research. I don't remember because I don't have all that documentation here with me, but I did read the lawsuit, and when I followed up as far as why she dropped the law, why I didn't proceed, is because she was threatened, and I don't remember who wrote that, but she was threatened
What?
by Trump and his people.
Well, you might have read the wrong lawsuit, because if any lawsuit say that somebody was they dropped a lawsuit because they was threatened, that's highly illegal.
We know the government does a lot of illegal things.
I know, but they're not writing it in the paper
They
saying
get
that.
away with it. Just
No,
like people don't believe that Black Panthers is sex trafficking children. We
no, I
have
do. I
Well,
do.
there's a lot of people who be like, oh, I know
No, but think about this. You saying literally that there's an article, there's a lawsuit, a
that was
legal
filed
document, huh?
that was filed against Trump.
No, no, not
Mhm.
that's not where I'm going. Well, okay, in the legal document that was filed against Trump,
Hmm.
there is a statement by who saying that she dropped the case, that the 16-year-old or 13-year-old whatever dropped the case because Trump and his people threatened her.
So when that's not stated in the lawsuit.
But
I'm
earlier you said it was.
trying. No, you misunderstood me.
Okay.
So it's not stated in the lawsuit. What I'm talking about is what I read in the lawsuit. What I read what was filed in the court system. That's what I read about the rape of this when she was 13 by Trump and Epstein.
Okay, so I'm talking about what I'm asking you about is I asked you, how did you know that she dropped the case because she was threatened by Trump?
I read it, but I don't know. I didn't know I was going to have this conversation. As you see, I'm not even dressed, so I just popped up on the screen. But what I'm saying is, I read that is why she didn't. She dropped when he was becoming president the first time, and she was being threatened. She
Right.
dropped the lawsuit.
And you believe it because you read it?
I believe it because of what I experienced with politicians and celebrities and my family.
No, and I do have sympathy for your situation, and I truly do, and I'm not disregarding that. But my question is, how is it right for you to assume that he raped a 16-year-old or 13, whatever it was, raped a little girl? Let's say a little girl, raped a little girl, and threatened her to get the charges dropped, but you don't have no proof of that, but you willing to say it based on your experiences. Is that right?
I'm saying that he is accused of raping a 13-year-old
Right, I
with
got that part.
Epstein because of what I read in the lawsuit.
No, I get that part. And
Not
I'm
just
not
because of my experiences, but
right.
my experiences play a factor in what I've seen politicians do.
No, I'm talking about the part where you said that that the charge got dropped because he threatened her. That part.
Because that's what I read, but I don't know the source or at the
So,
time because I wasn't prepared to come on your show. If I
okay,
needed to prove that, I would have brought the source.
right, I
But
understand.
I'm
No,
giving enough information for somebody else to look into it.
no, I'm not denying that you read it. I'm just asking you. You say you read it, so I guess the next question is, why do you believe it?
I believe it because of what I've experienced with politicians. I
That's what I
believe
just said. But then
that
you
is
said you wouldn't do it.
plausible. I believe, let me finish. I believe that is plausible that it did happen to her. And what I'm saying is we need to look into it instead of trying to disregard. Either
No,
way, prove Trump right or wrong, prove her right or wrong. We need
I
to
know,
look
but you
into
keep
it.
jumping on me. You're jumping. Let me bring it back in a minute. I'm not disputing the fact that you're saying, which I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm not disputing it. The fact
Hmm.
that you're saying that there was a lawsuit filed. So I'm not saying it was, I'm not saying it wasn't, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. What I'm asking you is about, so we passed that, right? We're talking about, I asked you why did, or what happened to the lawsuit. And you said, I think you said the girl dropped it because Trump threatened her. Is that correct?
Yes, his people, he might not have directly, but
Right.
I'm just saying what I read. Yeah,
Okay,
that's what
what
I
you read.
read.
Now I'm asking you, do you have proof of that really happened? Not that the lawsuit was filed. Do you have proof that Trump threatened her and that's why she dropped the
No, I
charge?
don't have proof of that.
Okay, so my question is, if you don't have proof of that, is it right for you to go around here saying that?
Absolutely, because it's already somebody else is already saying it, and I'm sitting here advocating for victims. So absolutely. So
So
whatever
you think
attention I need to bring to what is occurring to victims, because we don't have a voice, we don't have enough people to believe us. So if someone said it and I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk
no,
about
you
because
can
it's
talk
already
about it. I'm
out
just
there.
saying, do you think that's right for you to say that about
Absolutely.
somebody?
Just, yeah. I don't
So
think it's
so
right that
okay,
kids are being raped by politicians.
right.
So I'm gonna do what we gotta
All
do
right.
to bring attention to what's going on.
Okay, so that's an assumption, right? So let me make an
What's an
assumption.
assumption?
What you just said. You said that the assumption is that Trump threatened that girl and got the charge dropped.
That's
That's
what
an
I read.
assumption. Okay, so it's assumption, right?
That's what I
Based
read.
on what you've seen. Okay, so now let me tell you what I read and what I've read. All right. So now I'm finna make an assumption and tell me if this is right or wrong. Am I wrong for this? Sounds like you're saying that you've been trafficked, so that means molested, right? Uh,
That means raped.
raped. Okay. So I've read that most people, I think in the high 90s, that's been raped and molested, turn around and do it to other people. So I assume you've done that before too. Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Okay. So would I be right or wrong if I get on the internet and start telling people that you did that and I know you did?
You can do what you want to do.
I know I can do it. I don't want to do it. I don't
Right.
remember
Let
that
me. You
part.
ask me a
I'm
question. Let
asking you,
me
hold on.
answer it.
Hold on.
Let me answer it. You
Okay.
asked me a question,
Right.
so let me answer it.
Okay, go ahead.
So you can assume whatever you want to assume. That's
Mhm.
people have the right to do that. But that's not going to stop my stance.
But
That's not
that's
going
not
to
what I
stop
asked
me
you though.
from. That's not. What are you asking me then?
I asked you, would I be right for doing that? Is that wrong for me to do that, or is that right?
And I'm saying to you that I'm not going to say you're right or wrong. I'm going to say it's your choice to
Oh,
take
so
your. It's
Right.
your choice to take your stance on what I'm saying.
Right.
It's
So
your choice.
you don't know what's right or what's wrong.
No, what I'm saying is you have the right to
I know
say
that.
whatever
I
you
know
want
that.
to say.
Right. I know that part. I'm
Okay.
asking you, do you know what's right and what's wrong? Do you know the difference between right and wrong?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So is it right or is it wrong if I lie on you?
So you didn't ask me that. No, it's not right for you to lie on me.
Well, oh, so I'm not lying on you if I say you molested before.
Say that again.
So you have molested kids before?
No, I have not.
Okay. So would it be right or would it be wrong for me to go around here saying that you have?
It's right for you to tell a lie on me.
It is right for me to tell a lie on you?
It's wrong. No, it's wrong for you to tell a lie on me.
Okay. So my question is, are you wrong for telling a lie on Trump?
What lie did I tell on Trump?
You said that you knew that he paid that girl. I mean, I'm sorry, that he threatened that girl to drop the charges.
I said I read that Trump.
So
So
but
that's
did
not a
he?
lie. What I read is not a
Okay.
lie.
Okay, so did he do it?
I don't know. I know that's what I read.
All right, so you don't know. Okay, good. That's all I was trying to
I
help.
found the case, by the way, the file. And do you know where she filed the lawsuit?
Not offhand. I don't. Like I said, I didn't come. I got on live because you asked me to get on live, and that's
Okay.
what I'm doing. I didn't come prepared with my documentation that I read.
Well, from what the document says, she brought both Epstein and Trump into the lawsuit. And she brought it as a citizen of California, although the act that she said took place in New York. And the statutes of limitations for New York is different than the statutes of limitations for California. And I think that's why she filed it out of California. There's a 40-year difference between the time of the event and when you can file for a lawsuit in California, but only 25 years in New York, which would make it's a 30-year difference right now. But when she brought the case was 2016, which was well within the time frame for her to be able to file her situational issues. So there was no statute of limitations on the court case. As for the credible threats that she said, and this is how it reads. I want to make sure I read it correctly, because I don't want to be the one to say anything else. Plaintiff was the subject of the R word: sexual misconduct, criminal acts, abuse, forced touching, assault, battery, intentional and reckless infliction of emotional distress, duress, false imprisonment, and threats of death. Now, those are some when I say, now remember, she said in the lawsuit, she's bringing the lawsuit having already been threatened. She did not get threatened after she brought the lawsuit. So that's falsehood number one. The death threats happened at the time right after the so-called rape. This is what she said. The day after it happened, he threatened her physically. That was put into the lawsuit. So the lawsuit was not as a result of the death threats or even post or pre-death threats. The death threats were part of the lawsuit. So if you read that the case was dropped because she was experiencing death threats, it's categorically untrue because it happened as part of the lawsuit.
I
So where
mean,
did you read that it happened
I said I
after
don't
the
have the.
lawsuit
I said I
was?
don't have the information, but that's what
No,
I
but you said it happened after the lawsuit was filed, that she was receiving death threats to drop the case. That's what you said.
That's what I'm assuming.
But that's not what the court document said. I mean, I literally have the actual court documentation right here.
Okay,
Right?
so
This is what it says. This is line number 1, and it says that false imprisonment happened. This is part of her actual case, not after, not a second case. This is the first one, based on the 1994 events, and the so-called death threats happened right after the rape, not after the case was filed. You said it was dropped because she was threatened, which is categorically untrue.
and I'm telling you, I read that.
And
That's what happened.
okay, I don't care
Right,
what you
so
read, but the
right,
court
so
case
the
is
point
proving what you
is,
read wrong. Are you not
what
gonna?
my
You can't see that?